Hello students, good morning. Welcome to online learning standard 11 subject chemistry. Dear students, in 11th standard chemistry the unit which we are discussing is unit number 1, which is basic concepts of chemistry and chemical calculations. And in this unit we have discussed many topics so far. Today, using this video, the concept which we are going to discuss is redox reactions. And in terms of redox reactions, we have to discuss about oxidation and reduction. The final concept, that is oxidation number, that alone we will discuss in the coming video. These are all the things have to be learned together, but I have split it into two videos. Redox reactions, oxidation, reduction we will see in this video, whereas about oxidation number and its calculation we will see in the coming video. Okay, mama? Okay. Look this picture, students. Why this apple is brown in color and why this iron is rust? The reasons we will discuss in this video. Okay, okay. Look here, students. First picture. If you take an apple and if it is cut and kept away for some hours, what will you observe after some time? Yes, you can observe the change in color. It is converted into brown color. Why? We have to find the answer. Then second one is iron. When you buy an iron thing freshly, it is very shining in nature, but after some days what happens to it? It becomes brown in color, and there is a formation of a layer on it. Why? For that also we have to find the answer. Then the third picture is burning of wood sticks. In all these things there is a common behavior is behind them. Can you guess what it is? Look here, this apple is converted into brown in color due to what? It's because of the interaction of the cutted apple with oxygen. Then this pure form of iron is rusted. Why? Because it is allowed to be in contact with air for some days. Then why this happens, this burning? Because it is interacting with oxygen. So for all these processes, what is the common thing? Oxygen is the common thing. They interact with oxygen. So scientists have decided to give a name for this process, and it is oxidation. The interaction of any material with oxygen is termed as oxidation. Look here, all these reactions are due to the interaction of matter with air. When matter interacts with air, so these reactions happen. Okay, and it is termed as oxidation. The interaction of any material with oxygen is termed as oxidation. Now we can define what is called as oxidation. It is given here. Oxidation can be defined in two different ways. We can say either addition of oxygen. If you are adding oxygen to a compound, it can be called as oxidation. Otherwise, if you remove hydrogen from a compound, it can also be called as oxidation. So these are the two processes which can be called as oxidation. What are they? Addition of oxygen or removal of hydrogen. Okay, ma, tell me one more time, what is oxidation? Addition of oxygen or removal of hydrogen is called as oxidation. But we have to keep in mind one more thing also. Students, whenever there is oxidation, if we say a particular compound undergoes oxidation, surely there corresponds to a reduction process also. So these two processes, oxidation and reduction, are complementary to each other. Whenever a species gets oxidized, the same species will get reduced also, and these two reactions collectively together they are called as redox reactions. Okay, so redox reactions, in the sense, it's a combination of oxidation and reduction reaction. So what is oxidation? Addition of oxygen or removal of hydrogen is called as oxidation. And whenever there is oxidation, what must be also taking place? There must be a reduction process also takes place, and these two processes collectively called as redox reactions. Okay, then look here. We have to define what is called as reduction. In the previous slide, we have defined what is called as oxidation. In the same way, we have to define what is called as reduction. It is a reverse to oxidation. What is oxidation? Addition of oxygen, which means reduction in the sense removal of oxygen. that is given here. Either removal of oxygen or addition of hydrogen is called as reduction. So what is reduction ma? Either addition of hydrogen or removal of oxygen, which is called as reduction. Okay, so in the previous slide we have seen oxidation and here we have seen reduction. Okay, va? Okay. Then the next thing we have to discuss is the examples for this processes, examples for oxidation and reduction. Look at the first example. When iron is mixed with oxygen. What is the symbol of iron? Fe is the symbol of oxygen. When Fe mixed with oxygen, we get iron oxide, Fe2O3. So in this reaction, what is taking place? Oxygen is added with this ion. As a result, we get Fe2O3. So it is oxidation process. In the first reaction, addition of oxygen taking place, so it is called as oxidation. Then come to reaction number 2. Here what happens in the reaction number 2? H2S, hydrogen sulfide, is taken and it is allowed to react with chlorine. As a result, we get hydrochloric acid, HCl, and the formation of sulfur. So if we analyze this reaction, from this H2S, what is removed? Hydrogen is removed. We have studied that addition of oxygen or removal of hydrogen is called as oxidation. So from this H2S, hydrogen is removed and this H2S is converted into elemental sulfur. So it is also oxidation process. Okay, mama. So in the first reaction, addition of oxygen taking place, whereas in the second reaction, removal of hydrogen taking place. Then come to reaction number 3. Here what happens? What is taken? Cupric oxide, CuO. Okay, when cupric oxide is allowed to react with copper, what happens? This cupric oxide is converted into Cu, elemental copper. So from CuO, what is removed? Oxygen is removed. Removal of oxygen can be called as reduction. So this reaction is an example for reduction process. Okay, so CuO plus C gives Cu plus CO. Okay, so from CuO, what is removed? Oxygen is removed. Removal of oxygen is called as reduction. So reaction number 3 is an example for reduction process. Then come to reaction number 4. What happens in reaction number 4? What is taken? Sulfur is taken and this sulfur is allowed to react with hydrogen. So addition of hydrogen taking place. Addition of hydrogen is called as reduction. So the final reaction also is an example for reduction process. Okay, mama. Okay, so through these examples we came to understand what is called as oxidation and what is called as reduction. Can you please tell me one more time what is called as oxidation and what is called? Okay, ma, tell me what is oxidation? Addition of oxygen or removal of hydrogen. What is reduction? Addition of hydrogen or removal of oxygen. Okay, then in the next slide we are going to see, listen here, this concept involving oxygen and hydrogen, it cannot be used to explain all the reactions. So there is another concept required in order to explain the oxidation and reduction process. So it is given here. This concept was not enough to explain many reactions, hence another concept is used, that is called as electronic concept, which means we are going to define oxidation and reduction in terms of electrons. Okay, va? Okay. Electronic concept of oxidation and reduction. Okay, this can be easily remembered by knowing a shortcut. Look here, the shortcut number 1 is LEO. LEO in the sense it is an expanded form. Loss of electron is called as oxidation. L is here, E is here and O is here. Okay, so loss of electron is termed as oxidation. Then second shortcut is GER. GER in the sense gain, G for gain and E for electron and R for reduction. So gain of electron is termed as reduction. So students, if you remember this shortcut, you can easily define what is called as oxidation and what is called as reduction. Can you please tell me what is oxidation? Loss of electron. If a species loses a number of electrons, it is termed as oxidation. And if a species gains a number of electrons, it is termed as reduction. So we can say loss of electrons is called as oxidation and gain of electrons is called as reduction. Okay, this is called as electronic concept of oxidation and reduction. Look the examples. For oxidation, what is the example taken? Fe2 plus, it is ferrous ion. And Fe2 plus, by losing an electron, it is converted into Fe3 plus. So ferrous ion is converted into ferric ion by losing a number of electrons. And dear students, if we observe this reaction very clearly, during oxidation, what happens? The charge increases. The charge of ion increases from Fe2 plus to Fe3 plus. So we can say that whenever loss of electrons takes place, there is an increase in the charge of the species which gets oxidized. So from this increase in charge also, we can identify the species is getting oxidized. Is it clear? So what is oxidation? If a species loses electron, if there is a loss of electron from a chemical species, it is called as oxidation. And during oxidation, the charge of the chemical species increases. Then come to the second example of reduction. Chromium 3 plus is taken. This chromium 3 plus, by gaining an electron, it is accepting an electron and it becomes Cr2 plus. Chromium 3 plus is converted into chromium 2 plus by the absorption or by the gain of an electron. And as a result of this process, what do we observe? There is a decrease in the charge. Chromium 3 plus, the charge is chromium 3 plus, it is reduced to chromium 2 plus. So we can say that during a reduction process, the charge of the chemical element is reduced or it is decreased. Okay, okay. So these are the things we have seen in this video, in this slide. Then redox reactions can be best understood by oxidation number concept. Oxidation number we will see in the separate video. In the coming video, we will see what is called as oxidation number, how to calculate the oxidation number, everything we will see in the coming video. Okay, okay. Now we are going to list the differences between oxidation and reduction. Whatever we have studied so far, everything we are going to give in the form of a table. Okay, look here. First, oxidation. Oxidation is addition of oxygen or removal of hydrogen or loss of electron, and during oxidation, the oxidation number of the species increases. Then reduction. Okay, so what is reduction? It is just an opposite process to oxidation. Look at the first point. It is addition of hydrogen. Addition of hydrogen is called as reduction. Then second point is removal of oxygen. We know this already. Removal of oxygen can be called as reduction. Then point number 3 is gain of electron. Gain of electron can be termed as reduction process. Then finally, during reduction, the oxidation number decreases. Okay, so these are the differences between oxidation and reduction. What are they? Oxidation is addition of oxygen, reduction is addition of hydrogen. Oxidation is removal of hydrogen, reduction is removal of oxygen. Oxidation is loss of electron, reduction is gain of electron. Oxidation is during oxidation, oxidation number increases, and during reduction, oxidation number decreases. Okay, with this video ends. Dear students, oxidation and reduction is the very important concept. We have to be familiar as a chemistry student. So you can watch this video twice to have a clear understanding. Thank you.